And did you see, I'm sure you must have seen an awful lot of changes now.
Oh, of course I did. But you know who was a priest in Dundrum for 1 whole year? Now, we wouldn't have known him, I don't think. You know that I go to a day centre on a Wednesday for 2 hours.
Yes, yeah.
And it's called the Don Marmion Society.
Yes, yeah.
And he was a priest. Now, he was in Dundrum years ago for 1 year.
Really? This is way before your time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Before I wasn't even born.
Yeah.
I found a thing up in my locker the other day. I was looking for something. And I said, what's this bit of paper about? And I went to read it, and it was all about him.
Oh, really?
And it was given his life story, and it said, and he spent 1 year before he ever went anywhere as a priest in Dundrum Parish.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Yes. He's blessed now.
Yes.
They're waiting for him to be canonised a saint.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
He's blessed Don Marmion. Don Colombo Marmion, you know.
Yes,
And God, I said, wasn't that lovely? You know, if you were living when he was a priest,
he was there,
and now he could be a saint.
Yeah. But there must have been very few people living in the village.
The village. Well, the funny thing about my mother got married, you see, and only her father was alive.
Yeah.
And he got very ill.
Mm.
And Mommy married a fella from Sandy Ford.
Yeah.
And they were living somewhere up on the way to Sandy Ford, you know.
Yes, yeah.
But her father got very ill, and she had one of us then, imagine she 10. And I wasn't born, naturally. She came back down to mind her father in the house.
Yeah. The same house.
The same house that I was born
That's
in.
Pembroke.
Pembroke Costas.
Pembroke Costas,
yeah. She came down to mind her father. I think she'd only one child. Yeah. At that time, 1 or 2, like.
Yes.
She wasn't terribly long married. And they came back down to mind her father. And of course, when her father died, there was no one else in the house.
Yes.
And they stayed in it.
Well, it was a
and
lovely...
we were all born in that house.
It's a lovely spot for you to have lived, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't there a laundry?
The Manor Mill Laundry.
Yeah, that was where the
know,
new town centre is, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know the big house? Do you know where the Pie Centre was? Pie Radio.
Yes.
Well, that's where the Manor Mill Laundry was.
See. And the Pie was there before the town centre, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I worked in the Pie.
Yeah. So many people...
I remember my mother sending me over at, I think I was 14 or 15 with a white ribbon on my head to work in the Pie.
Yeah.
And I got 16 and a penny a week. But Jigby's lived in the big house.
They owned the Pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know when they had some big thing, but it's a big...
it's a restaurant now.
Restaurant now.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. There was Miles Digby, and there was 2 boys, and there was 1 girl.
Yeah.
Miles was one of the boys. What was the other fella? He died. I can't think of his name. But Mr. Digby was lovely, you know. He was a very nice man.
They gave great employment to local people.
He did.
Didn't they?
Yeah. There's an awful lot of them got into the Pie. It was the Pie Radio. We made radios and all that, you know.
And did they make the cabinets for the radios and the radio guys?
Yeah, the cabinet shop beside it.
Because I had a cousin was a cabinet maker. He worked there. He lived in Ballantyre.
Yeah.
You know.
You went down into the Pie, and then there was another place, like it was beside the Pie where they made the radios.
Yes. Yeah.
And there was a cabinet make, because there was a fellow out there that I knew. He was one of the cabinet makers, you know, and it was beside the factory.
Yeah, they had French polishers and everything.
Yeah. And they were very good now, you know, they really were. Like, they gave good employment to Dundrum.
Yes, yeah.
And my mother used to tell me a funny thing. When the laundry was there, the Manor Mill Laundry, there was women. The school was down. I went to school at the back of the church. The school was down there, you see.
Yes, yeah.
We only had to run across the road and down.
Yeah.
And my mother used to tell me that there was people working in the laundry,
Yeah.
and they'd come up with, we'll say, a child in a pram, and the people in the laundry used to mind some of them while they were working the people in
In the school. No.
the school
Yes.
used to mind some of the woman would give them a bottle of that.
Yeah.
They'd nobody to mind their child,
Yeah.
and they'd work till about 1:30, and then they'd collect their
That's
children.
interesting. Yeah.
But the people they were very good. Mommy said everybody looked out for one another, you know.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Not
It
right
was-
now.
Oh, they're not.